Hi, having talked about the performance equation, I want to touch on the supporting factors for the performance equation. And there are three areas, funnily enough, which reside underneath the psychology, the attitude, potential and performance. And the first one is really, it's about cognitive behaviour, negative and positive cognitive behaviour. It's really that notion between the ability to have some thoughts about what it is that you want to do and how they make you feel. They are the limiting beliefs, the limiting barriers that we have at the moment, which stop us and confine us to a particular spot or location where we are now. And when we start to really focus on the cognition of how our mind works and what is holding us back, suddenly we can start to build on the positive areas, start to get positive mindset and move forward in a direction that actually we may have thought was unattainable in the past. So that notion of cognition is something that we can really start to break down and really start to empower, move from the negative through to the positive. When we start to look at the potential side of life, this really equates to what I would term as being our ideal self. So when you look in the mirror, who is it and what is it that you see? I remember as a young teenager looking in the mirror and seeing this really swanky, suave, sophisticated fella, this geezer. But the reality is, as soon as I walked outside the door, that confidence just ebbed away, and I didn't believe in myself in the way that I now do. So when you look at your ideal self, but the reality of where you feel you are now, your self-image right now, what's the journey between the two, and what are the elements that you need to start to focus on in order to move yourself towards that ideal self? And the reality here is you'll never really reach your ideal self, because every time that you break down barriers and move to the next level, suddenly there are more opportunities that avail themselves, which is a fantastic thing, because we can always challenge ourselves to do that little bit better. You can probably now see where that links directly to mindset, to that cognition, to the way that we actually believe in the negative and positive mindset. The last part of the supporting factors is the GROW model, growth, reality, option and will. So this is really about where we challenge the level of performance that we've got and we start to focus on what it is that we want to do. What is the goal that we want to strive to achieve? What's the reality in terms of where we are right now, and what does that journey look like to get to the point where we've achieved the goal? And what are the options that we've got open to us? What courses of action, what avenues can we take? And then when we link it back to your ideal self and positive and negative behaviour, what is the will to achieve the goal? Again, with these three elements, each of them are a standalone discussion in their own right, but it will give you an idea as to how, through coaching, through starting to tap into somebody's inner self, their inner dialogue, to starting to tap into their positivity, we can start to think about how we unlock that potential, that performance, in order to improve that performance, and how we can then start to strive to create goals that are really, really achievable. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.